change is something that we all go through at different times of our lives, and nobody has ever taught us how to deal with it. And that's the same for your team members and your colleagues. So if your organization is going through a change and you want to help support your team through it, this video is for you. And in this video, we're going to look at the 3 stages of transitioning through change, and most importantly, how you can support your team through it. However, to be able to support your team properly, you first need to understand what change is and the impact it can have on your teams. So what is change? Well, at its core, change means to make or become something different. It is the process of moving from a current state to a new or future state. At work, this could be a team restructure, a new system, a new manager, a completely new way of working. It could be a whole range of things. And in almost all companies, change at some point is unavoidable, so we need to be able to help teams through it. But one of the key truths about change is that the change is very rarely the cause of the problem. The real problems are the emotions that it causes people to feel when they experience change. And it's the uncertainty that comes with it. When people don't know what is happening or what it means for them, their minds begin to fill in the gaps, and it often fills them with the worst case scenario. Think of a time when someone said to you, "We need to talk." What did your mind do? Did it automatically wonder what was wrong? And for some of you, you may have thought about the worst possible situation. And that's exactly what can happen when change isn't communicated properly, which can be one of the most stressful things team members experience in their role. And we're going to look at change through the eyes of a transition model. And there's a difference between change and transition. Change is the external event, the things that happen or are happening. The transition is the internal journey that team members have to come to terms with. And change can happen instantly. And transition, it takes time because it's emotional. So let's look at the 3 stages of transition that your team goes through during any change and how you can support them through each one. Now, stage 1 may feel like we're looking backwards, but before you can get anyone on board with anything new, they first have to let go of the old way. And most of us underestimate how hard that is for people. It's human nature to get comfortable with the way things are. Team members may have worked a certain way for years, sat next to the same people, reported to the same manager. When that changes, even when the new way is better, it can feel like a real sense of loss. And if your organization skips straight past that and expect people to be buzzing about the change straight away, then you'll lose people in a heartbeat. So, how do you support people through this change? Well, first, you acknowledge what's ending. You give people a space to actually say how they feel about it, instead of them pretending like everything's fine. Get your team together and let them have discussions about it. Share frustrations rather than bottle it up, and empathize with them. Saying something like, "I know this is a big change and it's normal to feel unsure about it, and it may take some time to adjust, but it will improve our process eventually." Saying something like that can help your team members through this process. I worked with a team that was going through change, and by giving them the space to talk about it, they were able to see the opportunities that were coming as a result of the change. And they even ended up making suggestions that saved their team time. So don't hide the change under the carpet. Talk about it. Create the space. Get discussions going. And if you can't do it yourself, get someone in to facilitate that for you. But communication is key at the first stage of change. Now, the second stage is what's called the neutral zone. And this can often be referred to as the messy middle. And it's the stage where the old way has gone, but the new way isn't quite ingrained yet. It still feels slightly unsettling. And team members are often unsure of the new change, and it can feel uncomfortable for them and everyone, including you as the leader. And honestly, during this stage, it's normal for mistakes to happen or things to not go smoothly. And it's likely that you don't have all the answers yet. And for most leaders, it's tempting to just go quiet because it's awkward and uncomfortable. But keeping quiet is one of the worst things you can do. If people are still feeling uncertain or unsure, just like with the "we need to talk" example, their mind often drifts to the negative. So to support your team through this stage, you need to continue to communicate. Even when you feel like you've got nothing further to add, continuous communication helps keep your team at ease. It could even be an email that says something like, hey team, this is what I know, this is what I don't know yet, and this is what I'm trying to find out. I'll be in touch next week with a follow-up, even if I don't have anything additional to add. Now, some of you may think, why do I need to tell them again? And the answer is because it puts people at ease. Think of a time when you were sat at an airport or a train station and your flight or your train got delayed. When the board just says delayed, you may start to get a bit anxious or annoyed or frustrated. But the moment someone says over the tannoy, hey everyone, we know you're waiting, we haven't got an update yet, but we'll come back to you in 20 minutes with a further update and we hope to get everything running back again smoothly. Does it make you feel calmer? Does it put you at ease slightly more? In most cases, yes. Nothing's actually changed. There's no new information. You've just been kept in the loop, and that alone settles you. And that's exactly how your team feels when you keep them in the loop. Now, the third stage is known as the new beginning. And this is the stage where people start to come round to the new way of working. They build confidence in the new change, start to find their feet, and start thriving with getting on with their job. And rather than looking back on the old way, they've accepted the new way. And this is a great stage for team members to get to and to be in. Now, it's important for you as a leader to understand that you can't force or rush this stage. So don't try to. People will resent you. But you can support this stage. You can help team members see what's good about the new change, the benefits that it will have for them and their job role, and the possible opportunities it could bring. And when you can, celebrate wins along the way. Give people recognition for embracing the new change. Highlight success stories. I want you to just quickly think about the first new days or weeks in a new job. In some cases, it can be overwhelming. You don't know the systems, you don't know the people, and part of you might even miss your old role. But give it a bit of time and you eventually find your feet and get the ball rolling. Your confidence grows and it becomes second nature. That's the journey your team are on with any change. And your job is to support them through it. Now, supporting your team through change starts with understanding exactly how they're feeling. And as you know, people don't always willingly open up and share that information with you, especially when things are uncertain. And that's exactly where Workplace Lens can help. It's an anonymous team well-being survey that allows you to see exactly how your team are feeling so that you can support them to the best of your ability. It's free to get started, and there's a link in the description box to see exactly how it works. Now, if you found this video useful, do me a favor and just press the like button. It helps more than you know. Now, a big part of helping your team through change is building their confidence. When people feel confident in themselves, they find change much easier to deal with. So if you'd like to know how to build confidence in your team, you need to watch this video right here. But remember, a happy workforce is a productive workforce.